Listen to me carefully. There comes a moment in every person's life when the fire inside becomes quiet. Not dead, just quiet. You wake up and you know you should study. You know you should work on your goals. You know you should improve your life. But something feels heavy. Your mind says, not today. Your heart says, maybe later. And your energy says nothing at all. Have you ever felt like that? Of course you have, because you are human. And every human being faces days when motivation disappears like smoke in the air. But here is the truth nobody tells you. Motivation is not something you find. Motivation is something you build. Brick by brick, action by action, day by day. And today, I want to show you exactly how. Before we go deeper, let me ask you something important. What do you want in your life? Success? Confidence? Freedom? A life you can be proud of? If your answer is yes, then you're in the right place. Welcome to Learn English from Tales, where you don't just learn English, you grow as a person. Here, we teach English through real stories, strong lessons, and life-changing ideas. So if you want a place that helps you learn English and build your mind at the same time, then make sure you subscribe right now. Now, let's come back to you. Maybe you're tired of starting and stopping. Maybe you're tired of believing in yourself for one day and doubting yourself the next. Maybe you feel lost because you know where you want to go, but you don't know how to stay motivated long enough to reach it. If that is you, then listen closely. Today's lesson is not just information. It is a mirror. It will help you see yourself clearly, your habits, your patterns, your excuses, and your potential. Because self-motivation is not magic. It is not a sudden spark, or a lucky moment, or a perfect mood. Self-motivation is a skill. And like any skill, you can learn it. You can practice it. And you can master it. By the end of this video, you will understand something powerful. You don't wait for motivation. You create motivation. And once you learn how to create it, you become unstoppable. Not because life becomes easy, but because you become stronger. So take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and open your mind, because what you are about to learn may change the way you approach every single day of your life. Are you ready? Before we talk about techniques, we need to talk about something deeper, your relationship with motivation. Because whether you realize it or not, you have already experienced two versions of yourself. Version 1, the motivated you. This is the version who wakes up with energy. You feel hopeful. You feel like, yes, I can do this. On these days, you work fast. You smile more. You dream bigger. Everything feels possible. Version 2, the unmotivated you. This is the version who wakes up tired. Even simple tasks feel difficult. You know what you should do, but you cannot push yourself. Your mind wants comfort, not progress. Your heart wants peace, not challenges. And suddenly, everything feels heavy. Let me ask you something. Which version do you meet more often? Most people meet the unmotivated version far more than they want. Not because they are lazy, not because they are weak, but because they never learned how motivation truly works. Let me tell you a secret that can change your life. Motivation is not an emotion. Motivation is a system. Just like your body needs food, sleep, and movement, your mind needs certain things to stay awake, focused, and inspired. But here's the problem. Nobody taught us this. We were told, work harder, try more, don't give up. But nobody explained how to keep going when your energy is low, when your confidence drops, or when your dreams feel far away. And maybe that is why you're here today. Maybe you're tired of, depending on mood, maybe you're tired of waiting for motivation to magically appear. Maybe you feel stuck in a loop. Day 1, highly motivated. Day 3, tired. Day 5, lost. Day 7, starting again. Day 12, starting again. Day 20, still starting again. If this feels familiar, you are not alone. Everyone goes through this cycle. Students, workers, dreamers, athletes, creators, parents, and teenagers. But the people who succeed are not the people who feel motivated. They're the people who learn how to motivate themselves. And today, that's what you're going to learn too. Why you lose motivation so quickly. Let's understand the psychology behind it. Reason 1, your brain likes comfort. Your brain is designed to keep you safe. Anything new or difficult feels like a threat. So your brain pushes you toward easy and familiar things, scrolling, resting, delaying. Reason 2, you wait for the perfect moment. You tell yourself, I'll start when I have time. I'll start when I feel ready. I'll start when my life is calm. But that moment never comes. Reason 3, you don't see progress. When results are slow, motivation dies quickly. You think, why am I even trying? You feel like your effort is invisible. Reason 4, you rely on emotion instead of habits. This is the biggest one. If you rely only on feelings, you lose. Because feelings change every day. Habits stay. Systems stay. Discipline stays. You have felt this before. You have started things with excitement. A new workout, a new book, a new goal, a new plan. But after a few days, the excitement faded. You slowed down. You stopped. You blamed yourself. But listen carefully. It was not your fault. You didn't fail. Your system failed. Because nobody taught you how to build a system that supports your motivation. Today, we fix that. In the next section, we will break down 10 powerful chapters, each one giving you a specific self-motivation technique you can apply the same day. You will learn how to start even when you don't feel like it, how to create energy instead of waiting for it, how to build habits that make motivation automatic, how to stop your brain from stealing your drive, how to stay committed even on your worst days, how to use small wins to create momentum, how to build a system that carries you forward. These are not theories. These are practical tools you can use every single day. So when you wake up tomorrow, you won't wait for motivation to come. You will know exactly how to create it. Are you ready for the 10 chapters? Chapter 1. Start small, start now. Let me tell you something important. Most people fail not because they aim too high, but because they try to start too big. When you think of improving your life, your mind jumps to big goals. I will study 4 hours every day. I will wake up at 5 a.m. I will exercise for 1 hour. I will change everything. But here's the truth. Big goals scare your brain. They make you feel excited for one day and tired the next. That is why you stop. Real motivation comes from small wins. Small wins create confidence. Confidence creates action. Action creates momentum. And momentum creates more motivation. Imagine you want to learn English. You tell yourself, I will study for 3 hours every day. Day 1, you feel strong. You study for 3 hours. Day 2, you feel okay. You study for 1 hour. Day 3, you feel tired. You study for 20 minutes. Day 4, you quit. Now imagine another version of you. This version starts small. I will study every day for just 10 minutes. Day 1, easy. Day 2, easy. Day 3, still easy. Day 7, still going. Day 30, English becomes a habit. You don't stop. You grow. Which version succeeds? The one who started small. Let me give you a real-life example. There was a young man who wanted to get fit, but he failed every time he tried. One day, he decided to try something different. He said, I will only do one push-up every day. Just one. Day after day, he did it. After 1 week, he did 2 push-ups. After 1 month, he did 10. After 6 months, his whole body changed. Not because of huge effort, but because of small, consistent actions. Now I'm giving a practical application for you. Choose one area of your life today, just one, and set the smallest possible action you can take. Examples: read 1 page, study 10 minutes, walk 5 minutes, clean for 3 minutes, write 2 sentences. It must be so small that your brain cannot say no, because when you win small, you start believing again. Small wins give you momentum, but momentum is not enough. To truly stay motivated, you must learn how to control your environment, because your environment shapes your energy. And that takes us to the next lesson. Chapter 2. Design your environment for success. Listen to me carefully. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. If your environment pulls you down, your motivation will fall. If your environment lifts you up, your motivation will rise. You don't need more discipline. You need a better environment. Why environment matters? Think about this. You want to study, but your room is messy. There are notifications everywhere. Your phone keeps buzzing. Your desk is full of distractions. In this environment, even a motivated person will lose focus. Now imagine this. Your desk is clean. Your phone is away. Your study materials are ready. You sit down, and your mind knows. This is where we work. In this environment, even an unmotivated person can get things done. This is the power of environment design. Imagine 2 people trying to wake up early. Person A keeps their phone next to their bed. The moment the alarm rings, they turn it off and sleep again. Person B puts their phone across the room. They must stand up to turn off the alarm. The moment they stand up, they are awake. Same goal, different environment, different result. A student once told me he could never finish a book. He tried everything: motivation videos, new routines, promises. Then he made one simple change. He kept a book on his pillow every night. To sleep, he had to pick it up. When he picked it up, he read 1 page. Sometimes 2, sometimes 10. In 3 months, he finished 5 books. Not because he was more motivated, but because he changed his environment. So ask yourself, what is the biggest distraction in my environment? What can I remove? What can I add to make action easier? Simple changes like these work. Keep your study materials ready the night before. Put your phone in another room. Keep your goals visible. Keep your workspace clean. Surround yourself with reminders of who you want to be. Small changes, big results. A good environment makes starting easy, but staying consistent requires something deeper: clarity. And that brings us to the next powerful lesson. Chapter 3. Get clear on your why. Let me tell you a truth many people ignore. You cannot stay motivated if you don't know why you want something. Most people know what they want. I want to learn English. I want to earn more money. I want to lose weight. I want to become confident, but very few people know why they want it. And without a clear why, your motivation has no fuel. Your why is your engine, your direction, your power source. Imagine you're running a marathon. Your legs hurt. Your chest burns. Your body says stop. Now imagine someone you love is standing at the finish line, waiting for you. Suddenly, the pain feels different. You run faster. Why? Because you have a reason. Your reason gives your effort meaning. Motivation is not about energy. It is about meaning. There was a young woman who wanted to study abroad. She worked long hours and studied late at night. People asked her, "How do you stay so motivated?" She smiled and said, "I'm the first person in my family to get this chance. I'm not studying for myself only. I am studying for my family." Her why pushed her through days when she felt tired, lost, or alone. She didn't rely on mood. She relied on meaning. Your story can be the same. Take a moment and ask yourself, why do I really want to improve my English? Why do I want to build discipline? Why do I want a better life? Write your answers in one sentence each. Make them emotional. Make them real. Examples. I want confidence so I can speak without fear. I want success so I can support my family. I want discipline so I can become the person I admire. This is your fuel, your anchor, your power. Now that you understand your why, we need to talk about the biggest enemy of motivation, overthinking. And that brings us to the next chapter. Chapter 4. Stop overthinking. Start moving. Let me tell you something many people never realize. Overthinking kills more dreams than failure ever will. You want to start studying, but you think about the perfect plan. You want to start exercising, but you think about the perfect routine. You want to change your life, but you think about everything that can go wrong. And while you are thinking, time keeps moving. Your dreams keep waiting, and motivation slowly disappears. Motivation dies when your mind becomes a traffic jam. Think of your brain like a car engine. If you keep pressing the accelerator without moving, the engine overheats. Overthinking is the same. You use energy, but you make no progress. You feel tired, but you have done nothing. Now imagine another version of you. You stop thinking. You take one small action. Suddenly the engine moves. Your motivation wakes up. Your brain says, we are doing something. This tiny action changes everything. There was a man who wanted to start a YouTube channel. For 2 years, he planned. He studied cameras, lighting, editing, content, strategy. He wrote pages of notes, but he never recorded a single video. One day, he finally took his phone and recorded a simple 30-second video. No fancy camera, no perfect script, just action. Today he has millions of subscribers. He didn't succeed because he thought more. He succeeded because he did more. Whenever your mind feels stuck, try this. The 5-minute rule. Do the task for just 5 minutes. Study for 5 minutes. Clean for 5 minutes. Walk for 5 minutes. Write for 5 minutes. Your brain cannot resist 5 minutes. And once you start, you often continue longer. Because action creates motivation, not the other way around. But action is only the beginning. To stay motivated for the long journey, you need one more powerful skill: consistency. And that takes us to the next chapter. Chapter 5. Build consistency, not intensity. Listen closely. Motivation gets you started, but consistency is what changes your life. Most people think success comes from big, intense effort. They work very hard for one day, then disappear for a week. They study for 4 hours once, then stop for 4 days. They exercise for 1 week, then quit for a month. This pattern destroys motivation. Why? Because intensity is temporary. Consistency is permanent. Consistency creates identity. When you do something every day, even in a small way, your brain begins to believe, this is who I am now. Imagine two people learning English. Person A studies 3 hours on Sunday, does nothing on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, starts again next Sunday. Person B studies 20 minutes every day. No big effort, just small daily practice. After 3 months, person A feels frustrated and guilty. But person B is fluent, confident, and improving fast. Who wins? The one who stayed consistent. Your brain loves routine. Your mind feels safe when actions are repeated. And motivation grows wherever consistency exists. A man wanted to write a book, but always quit halfway. Then he set a new rule. I will write 100 words every day. Not more, not less. Some days he wrote exactly 100. Some days he wrote 1,000, but he never missed a day. In 6 months, he finished his book. Not because he worked intensely, but because he moved consistently. Choose one habit you want to build, just one, and decide a tiny daily action you will do without fail. Examples: 10 minutes of English, 5 minutes of reading, 10 push-ups, 1 page of journaling. Make it small. Make it daily. Make it non-negotiable. When consistency becomes your lifestyle, motivation becomes automatic. But even with consistency, your motivation can drop when you compare yourself to others. To stay focused, you must learn the next important lesson. Chapter 6. Stop comparing. Start becoming. Let me tell you something honestly. Nothing destroys motivation faster than comparison. You look at others and think, they are smarter. They are more confident. They are ahead of me. They are achieving faster. And slowly, your self-belief begins to disappear. But here is the truth you often forget. You are not in their race. You are in your race. You and someone else may have the same goal, but you do not have the same past, the same challenges, the same pace, or the same life conditions. Comparison is unfair. It is like comparing a mountain to a river. Both are beautiful, both are powerful, and both have their own journey. Imagine you are running on a track. There are many people around you. Some run faster, some run slower, some stop, some continue. If you keep looking left and right, you will lose your balance and fall. But if you look straight, if you look at your lane, you run better, smoother, stronger. Life is the same. The more you look at others, the weaker you feel. The more you look at yourself, the stronger you become. A student once told me, everyone in my class speaks better English than me. I feel stupid. I asked him, how long have they been learning? He said, for years. And you? He said, 6 months. He wasn't behind. He was actually ahead. He just didn't know it because he was looking at the wrong people. Your growth is real. Your progress is happening. But you cannot see it if you're always watching someone else. Here's what you can do today. Unfollow accounts that make you feel small. Stop checking other people's progress. Track your progress weekly. Celebrate your small wins. Remind yourself daily, I'm improving at my pace. When you stop comparing, you stop suffering. When you stop suffering, motivation returns. But even when you stop comparing, one thing still challenges your motivation: your energy levels. This brings us to the next powerful lesson. Chapter 7. Manage your energy, not just your time. Many people say, "I don't have time," but the truth is different. Most people don't lack time. They lack energy. You can have 3 free hours, but if your body is tired, your mind is dull, your emotions are low, those 3 hours are useless. Motivation lives in your energy. When your energy rises, your motivation rises. When your energy falls, your motivation falls. So if you want to stay motivated, you must learn how to protect and increase your energy. Imagine you're carrying a phone. It doesn't matter how many apps you have. It doesn't matter how smart the phone is. If the battery is at 3%, everything stops. You are the same. With low energy, even simple tasks feel difficult. With high energy, even big challenges feel manageable. Energy changes everything. A young man wanted to study every night, but he always fell asleep after 10 minutes. He thought he had no motivation, but when he looked closely, he realized something else. He wasn't sleeping enough. He wasn't drinking water. He wasn't taking breaks. His body was tired, not his mind. He made 3 small changes. 1. Slept 1 hour earlier. 2. Drank more water during the day. 3. Took a 10-minute walk every afternoon. Within 1 week, his study time went from 10 minutes to 1 hour. Not because his motivation changed, but because his energy changed. Here's how to protect your energy. Sleep at least 7 hours. Drink enough water. Move your body every day, even a 10-minute walk. Reduce screen time before bed. Eat healthier, balanced meals. Take short breaks between tasks. These small habits create big motivation. When your energy is high, your life feels easier. And consistent energy leads to consistent motivation. But even with high energy, motivation disappears when goals feel too big or far away. To fix this, you must learn to celebrate small wins. And that brings us to the next essential chapter. Chapter 8. Celebrate small wins to create momentum. Let me tell you a simple truth. Your brain needs rewards to stay motivated. When you celebrate your progress, even tiny progress, your brain releases dopamine, a chemical that makes you feel good, confident, and ready to continue. But the problem is, most people celebrate only big achievements. They wait for the perfect test score, the dream job, the big weight loss, the major success. And because big achievements take time, they feel unmotivated along the way. But winners think differently. Winners celebrate small wins because small wins create momentum, and momentum becomes motivation. Imagine you're climbing a mountain. You reach a small rock. You stop. You breathe. You smile. You say, "I'm getting closer." This small celebration gives your mind a push. You start climbing again with more energy. Now, imagine you climb without stopping, without appreciating anything. You feel tired faster. You feel defeated. You feel like the mountain is endless. Celebration gives you strength. A girl wanted to lose weight. She set a huge goal and felt overwhelmed. Her coach told her, "Forget the big goal. Celebrate every small win." So she celebrated, drinking more water, taking one walk, doing one workout, eating one healthy meal, losing even 200 grams. Each tiny win built her confidence. Each win gave her momentum. In 4 months, she reached her big goal, not because of intensity, but because she kept moving joyfully. Here are small wins you must celebrate. Studying for 10 minutes, reading one page, waking up on time, saying no to distractions, finishing a small task, staying consistent for one day. Don't wait for big success. Reward yourself for small steps. Say it clearly. I did something today. I'm moving forward. This simple habit can transform your motivation. But even with small wins, sometimes life gives you pressure, stress, and hard days. To keep going, you must learn how to motivate yourself when things go wrong. This leads us to the next chapter. Chapter 9. Use bad days as fuel, not excuses. Here is a truth you need to accept. You'll have bad days. Everyone does. Days when you feel tired. Days when you feel lost. Days when nothing makes sense. Days when your motivation disappears completely. But listen to me carefully. A bad day does not mean a bad life. And it definitely does not mean you should stop. Most people stop because they think progress must be perfect. They think motivation must be high every day. They think success must feel smooth. But real growth is messy. Real success is uneven. Real progress has ups and downs. Your goal is not to avoid bad days. Your goal is to learn how to move through them. Imagine you're walking through a forest. The path is clear for a while. Then suddenly, you face a storm. Rain falls hard. The wind is strong. You can barely see. Most people turn back. But imagine you keep walking slowly, carefully, step by step. You reach the other side. The sky opens again. The path becomes clear. And you feel stronger because you didn't give up. That's life. A student once told me he failed his English exam and felt like quitting. He believed one failure meant he was not smart enough. I told him, failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. He studied again. He improved his routine. He understood his mistakes. And he passed the next exam with confidence. Not because he avoided failure, but because he used failure as fuel. Here's what to do on bad days. Lower your expectations. Do the smallest version of your habit. Remind yourself, this day will pass. Avoid negative self-talk. Focus on effort, not results. A bad day only wins if you stop. If you keep going, even slowly, you stay in the game. Now that you know how to handle bad days, you're ready for the final motivation technique, the one that helps people stay unstoppable for years. This brings us to the last chapter, Chapter 10. Become the person who doesn't quit. Let me tell you something powerful. The most motivated people in the world are not the strongest, the smartest, or the luckiest. They're the ones who refuse to quit. When life gets tough, they bend, but they don't break. When motivation fades, they slow down, but they don't stop. When challenges appear, they feel scared, but they move anyway, because they understand a simple truth. Success is not about speed. Success is about staying in the game longer than everyone else. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be fast. You just need to be someone who doesn't quit. Imagine you're pushing a heavy door. You push for one day, nothing happens. You push for 10 days, still nothing. You push for a month, still no movement. Most people walk away. They think the door will never open. But imagine you keep pushing slowly, consistently. On day 45, the door suddenly moves an inch. On day 60, It opens completely. And behind that door is everything you ever wanted. People call it luck, but it wasn't luck. It was patience. It was commitment. It was the decision not to quit. A young woman wanted to build a side business. For months, nothing worked. No customers, no results, no progress. But she did not quit. She changed her approach, improved her skills, and stayed patient. After 1 year, the business grew. After 2 years, she earned more than her full-time job. People asked her, "How did you stay motivated for so long?" She smiled and said, "I didn't stay motivated. I stayed committed. That is the difference." Here's how to become the person who doesn't quit. Focus on long-term growth, not short-term excitement. Accept slow progress. Use discomfort as training. Repeat this sentence daily. I do not quit. I adjust, but I do not quit. Track your progress monthly, not daily. When you choose not to quit, your life changes quietly, slowly, powerfully. Now that you've learned all 10 motivation techniques, it's time to bring everything together in a powerful emotional climax. A moment that ties all your lessons into one transformation. The moment you realize you are stronger than you think. Take a deep breath. Let everything become quiet for a moment, because what you're about to understand can change the way you see yourself forever. You have spent your whole life believing you need motivation to start, but the truth is different. You don't need motivation. You need you, the real you, the you who has survived every difficult moment, the you who kept going even when life felt heavy, the you who is stronger than you give yourself credit for. Look at your journey. You have had days when you wanted to give up, days when you felt tired, days when you felt invisible, days when the world didn't see your effort, days when even you didn't see your own progress. But still you are here, still learning, still trying, still fighting for a better life. That is strength. That is courage. That is motivation in its purest form. Self-motivation isn't loud. It isn't dramatic. It doesn't always feel powerful. Sometimes it feels quiet, small, and fragile. It feels like waking up even when you want to sleep. It feels like studying for 10 minutes even when your mind is tired. It feels like choosing one small win instead of quitting. It feels like saying, "I will try again tomorrow." You don't become unstoppable in one day. You become unstoppable one small decision at a time. Think of all the moments you almost quit but didn't. Think of all the days you chose effort over comfort. Think of all the little steps you took when no one was watching. Those moments built you. Those moments shaped you. Those moments made you the person you are today. And now, imagine something powerful. Imagine the person you could become if you keep going. Imagine if you use everything you learned today, starting small, shaping your environment, understanding your why, taking action instead of overthinking, staying consistent, avoiding comparison, managing your energy, celebrating your wins, using bad days to grow, and refusing to quit. Imagine a version of yourself 1 year from now. A version who is confident. A version who is disciplined. A version who speaks English clearly and proudly. A version who wakes up feeling strong. A version who trusts themselves. A version who inspires others. That version is not far. That version is not impossible. That version is waiting for you. And all you have to do is take the next small step. Not tomorrow. Not next month. Not when life gets easier. Today. This moment. Right now. You have everything you need inside you. You have the courage. You have the strength. You have the heart. This is your time to rise. This is your time to become who you were meant to be. And remember, motivation is not something you find. Motivation is something you create. And today, you just created it. Your new beginning starts today. Before we end this lesson, I want you to pause for a moment. Not to think, but to feel. Feel the strength inside you. Feel the quiet fire that has been waiting to rise. Feel the truth you finally understand. You are capable of more than you ever believed. You now know the techniques. You now know the steps. You now know the mindset. But most importantly, you now know that self-motivation is not a mystery. It is a choice, a skill, a practice, and it belongs to you. These are not just lessons. These are tools. You can use them every day, first thing in the morning, during your study sessions, while working on your dreams, or whenever you feel lost. I want you to remember something important. Your life will not change because of one big moment. It will change because of the small things you do repeatedly. And you, yes, you, have the power to do those small things starting today. If you ever feel unmotivated again, come back to this video. Come back to these words. Come back to the person inside you who refuses to give up. Because you're not just learning English here. You are learning how to build a life filled with purpose, strength, and confidence. And if this message spoke to your heart, if even one sentence made you feel seen, if even one idea helped you breathe a little deeper and believe a little more, then I want to invite you to become part of our community here on Learn English from Tales. We create videos like this, lessons that improve your English, and stories that improve your life. So if you want to grow your language, your mindset, and your confidence with simple, clear English that touches the heart, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. Not for me, not for the algorithm, but for yourself, for the person you are becoming, for the future you are building. And before we close, let me leave you with one final message. Your journey is just beginning. Your story is still being written, and your best chapter has not happened yet. So stand up, take a breath, and take one small step today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for giving your time. And thank you for choosing to grow. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay motivated, stay learning, and stay becoming the best version of you.